That you did. You did. Wow, it's a pleasure being here. I always imagined this as a kid. I never thought it would really happen. Yes. Oh, but it can do wonders, definitely. But like I say, this is a dream come true. I've always listened to RJR and all the Jamaican radio stations growing up, you know, and I'm here. Can you believe it? Well, I wrote my first song at 10 years old, The Ghetto Child, yeah. And I recorded it at age 15 in Jamaica, yeah, yes. I was sad. I didn't know my mom, and one day while having a fight with my best friend, someone sent and called her mom. She beat the heck out of me. And then I said to myself, how comes my mother can't fight for me? Because I realized that my mother was much older. So I went home and I said to her, what happened? How comes Judith, mom can fight for her and you can't fight for me? Why are you so old? And that's when she told me that she was not my mom, she was my grandma and took me from 6 weeks old. So that greatly affected me. My life went, yes, yeah, 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 I did. Yeah, I did. And it greatly affected me because I love this woman so much only to realize that I didn't come out of your womb. And whoever womb I came out of, they were not in touch with me. So I asked questions. I wanted to know the answers. So they gave me the number for my mom and I called her. But, it was very disappointing. Yeah, she was like, you're sending up my phone bill. You're calling collect. So so I became this quiet child, and right there and then I started to listen to radio nonstop around the clock, and the music saved my soul. Then I started to write. Oh yes, yes, yes they do. Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah, all the way. Well, this song, I guess it was just meant to be. I came to Jamaica to visit my boyfriend, and we had a quarrel in the car because it's like my girlfriend was with me, and whenever I try to correct her about something, he would always be on her side and against me, and that feels terrible. I'm like, what's up here? um, yeah. I felt that I feel that if you have a boyfriend and even if you're wrong, he should take you to the side and say that you're wrong. But in front of people, you should not let them have that over you to make them say, oh, her boyfriend put her down, or say nothing at all. But don't put me down in front of my friend and take up for my friend. So I got so hysterical. I jumped out of the car in Jamaica. I sat on the sidewalk in my boots. Yeah, and I was like, I'm not going nowhere. You all leave me. And they were like, no, Amari, we can. Yeah, they said, we can't leave you in Jamaica. And then he was like, I'm out. And he left me. And then I had no driver, and believe it or not, this is a true story. I met someone at the gas station by the name of Bounty, and he said to me, I realized that something is wrong. No, not Bounty Killer, no. And he brought me to PQ, to have some fish and just relax. And then he told PQ I was a singer, and PQ said, oh, let's go to the studio. Let me hear something that you do. So he heard one of my CDs, and he said, are you ready for the studio? I said yes. He said, let's go to the studio now. Within a couple minutes, I was at the studio. They gave me a beat, and I just heard myself said, you step on my toes. And that's it. Yeah. Yeah, yes. Yes, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. I didn't use a pen or a paper. I just decided I was gonna be real. And I decided I was gonna curse him out the real way, go to hell. And I just said it like how I felt it. And there goes the song. Touch. You want to hear the truth, right? Okay, the chemistry I felt in the studio with the engineer was just so awesome. He was like, Amari, you need a vacation. You're totally stressed out. And right there and then in the studio, I wrote Vacation. And then, we had a wonderful time together. I don't have to go into the details, do I? And then right after I wrote Touch, the next day in the studio. No, the Vacation was before. Yeah. And then Touch was the night before I left for New York.
What you can do, you can stay from over here and just record the both of us. So you get audio from the both of it. Yeah. You can go in front, whichever way. Want you here with me, let's get away. Someplace, no mistake. Amari, where on the island you grew up before you migrated? Geisel.
They adopted me at a young age, so I went to stay with them in Gale, which is Gale St. Mary, the Fung-Chung family. I later got married to one of their sons. Yeah. Veneice Fung-Chung, the name, even after the divorce.
Because I was wondering, where did Chinese come from?
Yeah, that's where it came from. I would say they outgrew me, so I got married to a wealthy family. And sometimes my ex-husband said I only got married to him for the name.
Let's take it serious now, because I realize that you are an advocate for, children, abused children and rape and stuff. Tell me a little about that and why be a part of that.
Well, I need the entire Jamaica and the world to listen to this. Child molestation and teen rape is not a joke thing. My grandma sent me on vacation when I was about 8 years old. I was molested for 5-6 weeks straight. And, it's terrible to be molested by another woman. No one would expect that. It was an older woman who was 45 years older than me. And it greatly affected me in school. I no longer wanted to go to school.
And we're talking about what age was this?
That was about 8 years old. And I kept it to myself. But seriously, I was damaged physically.
How do you overcome something like that? When you decide, boy, you gotta talk out and this cannot happen anymore?
When I realized that as a mom, after having my kids, I was just promiscuous. I wouldn't settle down, and I decided to play it all out on YouTube. And somewhere during that time, you know, the audience reached out to me, and I felt love. I felt accepted. I felt as if someone was listening to me, finally listening to me. And during that process, I felt healed. But the one that had the greatest effect on me was being raped, you know, with my sister standing right there.
Wow.
You know, and after being raped, I was told that now you're just like us. You know, and those words remained in my head, and I did not want to be that, just like anyone. I wanted to become something in life. And deep down inside, God told me the only way you will ever escape from all this depression and everything is to put it out there, because there are others like you out there.
So you're telling me, and you're giving advice to others who, you know, going through the same thing, that talk about it. Don't keep it inside.
Because when someone throws it back in your face, it will make things worse. I must be honest. The first person you have to reach out to is the person that you cannot see. It's like the wind. He's like the wind. You can't see him, but you feel him, and that's God Almighty. Talk to him. He hears you, whether you believe it or not. He's right there listening to you, and he will turn around every bad thing that happens in your life for good. But don't go into a marriage and, you know, and don't get therapy, you know, and expect your marriage to work. It's not going to work, because there were times I did not want my husband to touch me. Or if he woke me up in my sleep, I wanted to kill him, because I felt like the same thing was happening to me.
Amari, it started when you were 8. And it went on, and you kept this on your shoulder until, you know, you reached where you got married, left school, got married, started a career. And do it still affect you now?
It didn't stop. Just a couple of years ago, I was raped at gunpoint. It didn't stop.
Cannot be! Are you serious?
Threw me off for a couple more years. I moved out of my house, and I lived in a hotel daily, costing me like $250 per day. I just wanted to be in a safe place. I wouldn't go home, you know, and it went on for like 2 years. I was just in a desolate place.
How do you find a safe place? It started when you were young by a female who, you know, and I'm sure it's somebody who was close to you. You understand? You know, it started from then. Then when you reach in your, you know, adolescent days, you know, somebody who you find?
And the buses were passing by and everything, you know. And as I say, I always keep saying, I got to turn this around for good. I got to turn this around for good. Write a book later on. But, you know, the greatest thing was when I lost my path again just recently, you know, I was somewhere in Orlando. I was just moving from hotels to hotels. And I was in Orlando, and a lady saw me with my Mac computer, you know, on a table in a restaurant, huge. And she was like, I know you. And I said, you do? And she said, you're the advocate for people that got raped and molested. She said, me and my girlfriend, we were both molested. We were both raped when we were kids. And they started to cry with me, hugged me. And right there and then I realized I do serve a purpose in life. I'm here for a reason, you know, and it's awesome. And I met many more people after that.
Wow.
I need a vacation. I need a vacation. I need a vacation. Seems like everywhere I go, everyone is messing with my brain.
You know, Amari, I've got 3, you know, words for you, and when I give you a word, I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Very first. Intensity.
Trouble.
Music.
Life.
Focus.
My dreams.
Want you here with me? Everybody wanna live life. Nobody treating me.
You know, as you move on your journey, now what's next for you? You have these singles out right now. Is there an EP? Is there an album? You know, what folks can expect from you?
Well, I'm sorry to say that my EP has been postponed because my engineer fell in love with me.